My heart rejoices to see you again, Furion. But I would not have awakened you unless the need was urgent.
In the dream, I felt our land being corrupted, just as if it were my own body. You were right to awaken me.
The Burning Legion has returned, Furion. Cenarius is dead, and Outlanders roam freely through our most sacred vales.
As was foretold. No doubt Archimonde will make his way to Hyjal Summit and attack the World Tree. If he succeeds in draining the tree's energies, this world will be doomed.
My only thought was to awaken you and the rest of the Druids. The Druids of the Talon reside within the Barrow Dens at the end of this valley. If we can reach them, we may have a chance to stop Archimonde and his demons.
That did it, boys! We've driven them off! Let's regroup back at the base and tend to our wounded.
So, the Outlanders battle against the undead as well. They could prove to be powerful allies against Archimonde and his ilk.
They are mongrels and nothing more. They are responsible for Cenarius' death. I will be damned before I stand with them.
Perhaps you are right, my love. We will establish our new settlement here. Keep your sentries alert. I doubt that we have seen the last of the Outlanders or the undead.
Someone threatens the wilds. The goddess calls. Ashrathoraman. The goddess calls. Someone threatens the wilds. I heed the voice of Elune. Ashrathoraman. As the goddess wills. By Elune. As the goddess wills. The goddess calls.
Treant may not root there.
I heed the voice of Elune. The goddess calls. Ashrathoraman.
For Kalimdor. Ashtherodanador.
The goddess calls. Someone threatens the wilds. The goddess calls. Ashrathoraman. I heed the voice of Elune. The goddess calls. Immediately.
Your building is complete.
Ashrathoraman. Someone threatens the wilds. I heed the voice of Elune. Someone threatens the wilds. The goddess calls.
Waiting on you.
Someone threatens the wilds.
The land and I
The
are
goddess
one.
calls.
Something is amiss.
Ashrathoram, our resources are depleting fast. We must find another gold mine and muster our forces. Only then will we be able to reach the Barrow Dens.
Something is amiss.
The great outdoors.
Someone
Are we
threatens
being
the wild.
Goddess, light my path.
Has sleep dulled my senses? What threatens these lands? The land and I are one.
I heed the voice of
Something
Elune.
is amiss.
Ashrathoram,
The land
I heed the
and
voice of
I are one.
Elune.
Ashtaridala.
Ashrathoram. You are Elune. I heed the voice of
Dulled my
Elune.
senses?
Your building is complete.
The goddess calls.
Waiting on you.
Something
I heed
is
the voice of
amiss.
Elune.
The land and I
Speak
are
your
one.
mind.
For Kalimdor
Ashrathoraman. The goddess
has
calls.
sleep dulled my senses.
Ashrathoraman.
I
The
stand
land
ready.
and
I
I
heed
are
the
one.
voice of Elune. The
Research
goddess calls.
finished.
Your move.
Has
By
sleep
Elune.
dulled my senses.
The great outdoors.
Ashrathoraman.
Is there trouble?
The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled
I
my
heed the voice
senses?
of Elune.
The land and I are
Ashrathoraman.
one. Threatens these lands.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something
Someone
is
threatens
amiss.
the wilds.
Has sleep dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Something
Ashrathoraman.
is amiss.
Someone threatens the
Hi!
wilds.
Our gold mine has
For the
collapsed.
trees.
Research finished.
Has
The great
sleep dulled my
outdoors.
senses?
Someone threatens the wilds.
What threatens these lands?
Ashrathoraman. The goddess calls. Immediately.
Something is amiss. The land and I are one.
I stand ready.
The great outdoors.
What threatens these lands?
Ashrathoraman. The goddess calls.
Has sleep dulled my
Ashrathoraman.
senses?
I heed the
Are we
voice of
being
the
The
Lord.
land and I are one. What threatens these lands?
In position.
Something
Ashrathoraman.
is amiss.
Research finished.
The land
The
and
goddess
I are
calls.
one.
我先挂了哦。
Something is
Ashrathoraman.
amiss.
加油，娜娜！
What
I heed the
threatens
voice
these
of Elune.
lands?
Ashrathoraman.
The land
I
and
heed the
I are
voice of
one.
Elune.
What threatens these lands? The land and I are one.
Ashrathoraman. Wait. I know those furbolgs. They escaped from Ashenvale when the corruption started to spread.
Perhaps they did not escape the corruption after all. Has sleep dulled my senses?
Point the way.
What threatens these lands?
On your mark.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
All too easy.
Something
The goddess
is
calls.
amiss. I've never seen the creature so aggressive before.
Then I will put an end to their curse. Undo Falador!
Away. Fair enough.
What threatens these lands?
Our warriors
The
have
land and
engaged.
I are one. Hush their rebellion. Has sleep dulled my senses? The land
heed
and
the
I
voice
are
of
one. What threatens these lands?
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Something is amiss. The land and I
goddess
are
calls.
one. Has sleep dulled my
I heed the
senses?
voice of Eluna.
What is nature's call?
Away.
Gladly.
Threatens these lands?
Ah, the great
Goddess,
outdoors.
light my path.
Something is
Ashrathoraman.
amiss.
The goddess calls.
Threatens these
Standing
lands?
guard.
The land and
Someone
I are
threatens the
one.
wilds.
Something is
Ashrathoraman.
amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I are one.
The goddess
Your
calls.
building is complete.
Something is amiss.
Ashrathoraman.
Ah, the great outdoors. For the trees.
Someone threatens the wild. The goddess calls.
In position.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Anudora. Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Threatens these lands?
Ashrathoraman.
Our gold mine is
Land
running
and I
low.
are one.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Has sleep
Someone threatens
dulled
the
my
wild.
Hi!
senses? Something
I heed
is
the voice of
amiss.
Elune.
What
Ashrathoraman.
threatens these lands?
Someone threatens the wilds.
Something
I heed the
is
voice of
amiss.
Elune.
What
The goddess
threatens these
calls.
lands?
I heed the
The
voice of
land and
Elune.
I are one.
Someone threatens the wilds.
The
I
land
heed
and
the voice of Elune. The goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
In the name of
Threatens these
Cenarius,
lands?
as the goddess wills.
Something is amiss.
Anudora!
Has sleep dulled my senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something is amiss.
Are we being invaded?
Has
The
sleep
goddess calls.
dulled my
Research
senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Threatens these lands?
Hi! Gladly.
The land and
Make
I
it
are
fast.
one.
Someone threatens the wilds. The goddess calls. I heed the
Something
voice of
is
Elune.
amiss.
Are we being invaded? I'm
The
game.
goddess calls.
Has sleep
I
dulled
heed
my
the voice of
senses?
Elune.
Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my
Someone-
senses?
There is danger ahead, priestess. You must proceed with caution.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Something is amiss.
Ashrathoraman.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
The goddess calls.
Land and
I heed the
I are
voice of
one.
Elune.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Threatens these
Someone
lands?
threatens the wilds.
Has sleep dulled my
position.
senses? The land and I are
Ashrathoraman.
one. Has sleep dulled my senses? Threatens these lands?
Light my
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Something is
Standing
amiss.
guard.
Our
I heed the
sacred grove
voice
is
of
being
Elune.
desecrated.
Threatens these
Ashrathoraman.
lands? Something is amiss. The land and I are one.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Our gold mine has
Our
collapsed.
warriors have engaged the enemy. Our sacred
Has
grove is being
dulled my
The
desecrated.
senses?
goddess. Your builder was complete. I heed the
What
voice
is
of the
nature's
wind.
call? Is there trouble?
Threatens these lands.
Ashrathorama.
In position. Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
These lands.
The goddess calls.
Something is amiss. The land and
Someone
I
threatens
are
the
one.
wilds.
What
The goddess
threatens
calls.
these
What is
lands?
nature's call?
The land and I are
Someone
one.
threatens the wilds.
Something
The goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
Your builder is someone threatens the wilds.
Something is amiss. Land and I are one.
I heed the voice of the
As
wind.
sleep goes.
I sworn to avenge.
What threatens these lands?
The goddess calls.
The land and
By
I are
anyone.
one.
Our warriors have engaged
Ashrathorama.
the
Threatens
enemy.
these lands.
The goddess calls.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Ashrathoraman. I heed the voice of the
Threatens these lands. Something is amiss.
Ah, the great outdoors. God, our
Ashrathorama.
warriors have engaged the enemy. Research finished.
The goddess calls. As the goddess wills.
The land and I are one.
Ashrathoraman.
Has
I heed
sleep
the voice of
dulled my
Elune.
senses? Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss. The land
Someone
and I
threatens the
are one.
wilds.
What threatens these
In
lands?
position. Our warriors have engaged the
Anudora.
enemy.
Ashrathoraman.
Ashtarodana.
I heed the voice of the wind.
Hi! Glad.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Our
land
warriors
and
have
I are
engaged the enemy.
Has sleep dulled my senses? Something is amiss.
Standing guard. I swear to avenge.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Ashrathoraman.
Threatens these lands. Has sleep
The
dulled
goddess
my
calls.
senses?
I heed the
Anudora.
voice of the wind.
Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled
In
my
position.
senses?
See, are we being invaded?
Someone threatens the wilds.
Threatens these
Hi! Standing guard.
land and I are
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Speak your mind.
one. Is amiss.
Ashrathoraman. As the goddess wills. I heed the voice of the wind.
Has sleep
Someone threatens
dulled
the
my
wilds.
senses?
What is nature's call?
Ashrathoraman.
Something is amiss. Has sleep
I heed the
dulled
voice
my
of the
senses? Ashtarodana.
Standing
Is
guard.
there trouble?
Has sleep dulled my senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I are one.
Someone threatens the wild.
Has sleep dulled my
goddess
senses?
Your building is complete.
Something is amiss.
I heed the
The
voice
land
of
and
Elune.
I are one.
The goddess calls.
Threatens these lands.
Someone.
Are we being invaded?
Something is amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I
Someone
are one.
threatens the wilds. I heed the voice of
Something
Elune.
is amiss. The land and
goddess
I are
calls.
one.
I heed the
Has
voice
sleep
of Elune.
dulled my senses?
Immediately. Someone threatens the wilds. So be it.
Something is amiss.
I heed the voice
The
of Elune.
land and I are one. Something
Ashrathorama.
is amiss. The land and I are one. Something is
Be careful, priestess. These woods are overrun by the dead.
Something is amiss. Has sleep dulled my senses?
Someone
is amiss. The land and I are one.
Ashrathorama.
Make
Our
it
gold
fast.
mine is running low.
Something is amiss.
Someone threatens the wild.
The land and I are
Ashrathorama.
one. Something is
The goddess
amiss.
calls.
The
Ashrathorama.
land and I are one.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
Threatens these lands.
I heed the voice
My
of Elune.
senses.
Is there trouble? For the truth. Making trade.
The land and I are one.
Ashrathorama.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated. Our warriors
I shall not
engage
fear.
the enemy.
The goddess calls. Ashrathorama.
Dulled my senses. The land and I are one.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Our warriors have engaged the
Has
enemy.
sleep dulled my senses.
The goddess calls.
The land.
You've changed, Tyrande. There is little mercy left in you.
Long ago I swore to protect this land, Furion. I never had the luxury of sleeping through times of great peril.
If your endless vigil has hardened you, my love, it must be part of your goddess's plan.
Something is amiss.
Goddess,
I'm
light
Adora.
my
The voice
path.
of
Ah,
Elune.
the great outdoors.
The goddess calls.
What is nature's
The
Cast
call?
the
land
goddess
and I
with-
are one.
Ashrathorama.
Something is amiss. The land
I heed
and
the
I
voice
are
of
one.
Elune.
What
The goddess
threatens
calls.
these lands? It shall be done.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Something
I heed the voice
is
of
amiss. The land and I are one.
Someone threatens
Goddess,
the wilds.
light
Has
my
sleep
I am
dulled
sworn.
my
Your
senses?
building is
Ashrathorama.
complete.
The land and
Someone
I are
threatens the
one.
wilds.
What
Ashrathorama.
threatens these lands?
Our gold mine has collapsed.
Something
I heed the
is
voice of
amiss.
Elune.
Is there trouble?
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The goddess calls.
Research finished.
As sleep dulled my
I
senses.
heed the voice of Elune. The goddess calls.
Has sleep dulled my senses.
Someone comes alive.
Something is amiss. What threatens these lands?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Has sleep dulled my senses. Threatens these lands.
The goddess calls.
The land and
So
I
be
are
it.
one. Has sleep
Goddess
dulled
light.
I
my
heed the
senses.
voice of Elune.
Something is amiss.
Our warriors have engaged the
The
enemy.
land and I are one.
Someone comes
Make it
alive.
fast.
The land and I are one. Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss. Has sleep
Ashrathoraman.
dulled my senses? The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something is amiss. The land and I
Ashrathoraman.
are
Our
one.
warriors have engaged the enemy.
The goddess
Threatens these
calls.
lands.
Immediately.
Has sleep
Someone threatens
dulled
the
my
wilds.
senses? What threatens these
I
lands?
heed the voice of Elune.
Something
The goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
For Kalimdor.
Ashrathoraman.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Hi! I'm game.
Someone threatens the wild.
Threatens
The
these
goddess
lands.
calls.
Anudor.
The land and I
The
are
great outdoors. In position. Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Ashrathoraman.
What is nature's call?
So
The
be
land
it.
and
Make it
I are
fast.
one. Something
Someone threatens the wild.
Is there trouble?
The
Gladly.
goddess calls.
Hi!
Goddess light.
For the
I heed
treats.
the voice
Is
of
there
Elune.
trouble? What is nature's call?
Someone threatens the wilds.
what threatens these lands?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The great outdoors.
Has
Someone
sleep
threatens the
dulled my
wilds.
senses?
By Elune.
What threatens these
I light my path.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
The
Our
goddess
warriors
calls.
have engaged the enemy.
The land and
I
I
heed the voice of Elune.
has sleep
The
dulled my
goddess calls.
senses?
Our
The
warriors
land
have
and
Someone
I
engaged
threatens
the
the
are
enemy.
one.
wilds.
Threatens these lands?
Are we being invaded?
Has sleep dulled my senses? Threatens these lands?
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Has sleep dulled my senses? Threatens
The goddess
these lands?
Someone threatens the wilds.
It shall be done. Threatens these
The
lands?
goddess calls.
Has sleep dulled
I
my
heed the
senses?
voice.
Hi!
Speak your mind.
Amiss.
Someone threatens the
The
Make it
wilds.
land and
fast.
I are one.
Speak your mind.
Something is amiss.
The goddess calls.
The land and I are one.
The great
Goddess
outdoors.
light my path.
Has sleep dulled my
Standing
senses?
guard.
Voice of Elune.
What threatens these lands? The land and I
Ashrathoraman.
are one.
No! The outpost has been corrupted, and the Treants have been driven mad. They do not deserve this cruel fate.
Come no further, weakling. Lord Tichondrius commanded us to kill anyone attempting to enter this place, and we shall.
Pathetic wretches. It pains me that you once called yourselves Night Elves.
Something.
The goddess calls.
Anudora.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Is there trouble? I'm game.
As sleep dulled my
Someone
senses.
threatens the wild.
Are we being invaded?
Something is amiss.
For
The
Callum.
goddess.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
I heed the voice.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
What threatens
The
these
goddess
lands?
calls.
As
I heed the
sleep
voice.
dulled my senses.
The goddess calls.
I am sworn to avenge.
Threatens these lands.
I heed the voice.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The land and I are one.
Ashrathoraman.
As sleep dulled my senses.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Ah,
The
the
land
great
and I
outdoor
are
god.
one.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The goddess. I heed the voice of Elune.
Speak the language. Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Standing guard.
As sleep
In
dulled
position.
my senses. Ashtherodalador.
Make it fast. Goddess,
For
light.
Kalimdor.
Someone threatens the
Something
wild.
is amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune. Immediately.
Our warriors
The
have
land and
engaged
I
the
are
enemy.
one.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Has sleep
Ashrathoraman.
dulled my senses. Something is amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Has sleep dulled my
Someone
senses.
threatens the wilds.
Something is
I
amiss.
heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I are one.
Ashrathoraman.
What threatens these lands? The land and I are
Someone
one.
threatens the wilds.
Ashtherodalador. It
The
shall
goddess
be done.
calls. As the goddess
What
wills.
threatens these lands?
Our warriors have engaged.
Has
Your
sleep
building is
dulled my
complete.
senses.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Threatens these lands. The land and I are one.
Standing guard. Speak your name.
Has sleep dulled my senses.
Ashrathoraman.
Threatens these lands.
The goddess calls.
Something is amiss.
Hi! Making trades.
The land and I are one.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Something
Our
is
warriors have
amiss.
engaged the enemy.
Threatens these lands.
Goddess, light my path.
Ashrathoraman.
The land and I are
The
one.
goddess calls.
Ashtherodalador. What threatens these
I heed the
lands?
voice of Elune.
Something is amiss.
The goddess calls.
Has sleep dulled my senses.
I heed the
Threatens
voice of
these
Elune.
lands. Has
So
sleep
be it.
dulled my senses.
Our warriors have
Threatens
engaged
these
the great
lands.
The
outdoors.
goddess calls. Someone
Something
threatens the
is
wilds.
amiss.
I am sworn.
I heed the voice of
Anudora.
Elune. Someone threatens the wilds.
What threatens these
I
lands?
heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I are one.
Ashrathoraman.
Something is amiss.
Someone threatens the wild.
The land and I are
As
one.
the goddess wills.
Goddess,
threatens
light,
these
my
The
Ashrathoraman.
great outdoors.
Something
I heed the voice.
is
What is
amiss.
nature's call?
Ashtarodanador. What threatens these lands? Something is amiss.
Ashrathoraman.
The land and I.
Speak your mind. Goddess, light,
The
standing
great
guard position.
outdoors.
Threatens these lands.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something is
Speak your
amiss.
mind.
Is there trouble?
As
Our
the goddess
warriors
I
have
are
wills.
engaged
one.
the enemy.
Ashrathoraman.
Something is
Someone
amiss.
threatens the wild.
The land and I are one. Has sleep dulled my
Ashrathoraman.
senses? Threatens these lands.
The goddess
Goddess,
calls.
light, my
Anudora.
path.
Ashrathoraman.
Is amiss. The land and I
The goddess calls. Ashrathoraman. I heed the voice of Elune.
has sleep
Our sacred
dulled
grove
my
is
senses?
being warriors have engaged the enemy.
Is amiss.
Someone threatens the wild.
The land and I are one.
The goddess calls.
Has sleep
I heed
dulled
the
my
voice of
senses?
Elune.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
The land and I.
Ashrathoraman.
Something is amiss. What
Someone
threatens
threatens
these
the wild.
lands? Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
Immediately.
What threatens these lands?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something is
By
amiss.
Elune.
What threatens these lands?
Our
Someone
warriors have
threatens the
engaged
wild.
the enemy.
Has sleep dulled my
I
senses?
heed the voice of Elune.
Press the attack! How dare you!
Ashrathoraman.
The land and I are one. Anudora.
Someone threatens
is
the wild.
amiss. It
I
shall
heed
be
the voice
done.
of Elune.
The land and I are
The
one.
goddess calls.
Something
Our warriors have engaged the
has sleep dulled my senses. Something is
The
amiss.
goddess calls.
Has
I
sleep
heed the voice
dulled
of
my
the
senses.
Someone
Something
threatens the
is
wild.
amiss. The land and I are
The goddess
one.
Your
calls.
building is complete. Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
What threatens these lands?
Ashrathoraman.
Has
the
sleep
goddess calls.
dulled my senses? Something
Someone
is
threatens
amiss.
the wild.
The land
Standing
and I are
guard.
one.
Treant may not root them. Your building is complete.
What threatens these lands? Something
Our gold mine
is
is running
amiss.
low. Goddess, light my path.
Someone
What
threatens the wild.
threatens these lands?
I am
Has sleep
sworn to
dulled
I
my
heed the
senses?
voice of Elune.
What
the goddess
threatens
calls.
these lands?
Goddess,
the
light
voice
my
of
path.
Ashtarodanador.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Has sleep
Your
dulled
building
my
is
Someone
senses?
threatens the wild.
Something is amiss.
I heed the voice of Elune.
It shall be done.
Our sacred grove is being desecrated.
The land and
Goddess,
goddess
light
calls.
my path.
I heed the
Anudora.
voice of Elune.
something is amiss.
The goddess calls.
What threatens
Goddess, light my path.
it shall be done.
I heed the voice of
Speak your
Elune.
mind.
Has
Someone
sleep
threatens
dulled
the
my
wild.
senses?
Ashrathoraman.
What threatens these lands?
I heed the voice of
For
Elune.
Kalimdor.
Someone threatens the wilds.
The land
Ah,
and
the
I are
great
I heed the
outdoors.
voice of Elune.
something
The goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
Goddess, light my path.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Ashrathoraman.
Threatens these lands?
Someone threatens the wilds.
Ah, the great outdoors.
Dulled my
Ashrathoraman.
senses.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something is amiss. What threatens these
Ashrathoraman.
lands? Has sleep dulled my senses?
Anudora.
Someone threatens the
The
wilds.
land and I are one. Something is amiss.
Are we being invaded?
Has sleep
I heed the
dulled my
voice.
senses?
Someone threatens the wilds.
What threatens these
The
lands?
goddess calls. I heed.
Something
Hopefully the land will heal itself of this cursed blight. We should get moving. The barrow dens lie within the valley just ahead of us.
has
I heed
sleep
the voice of
dulled my
Elune.
senses?
For Kalimdor.
Ashrathoraman.
What threatens
Someone
these
threatens the
lands?
wilds.
Our gold mine has collapsed.
The
Goddess,
land and
light
I
my
are
path.
one. It shall be done. Has sleep
The goddess
dulled my
calls.
senses?
I heed the voice of Elune.
Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss. Has sleep
Speak your
dulled
mind.
my senses?
As the goddess
Something
wills.
is
In
amiss.
position.
The land and I are one.
Make it fast.
Someone threatens the wilds.
I am sworn
I heed
to
the voice of
avenge.
Elune.
Threatens these lands. Something
goddess
is
calls.
amiss.
For Kalimdor.
Ashtherodanador. Has sleep
Someone
dulled
threatens
my
the wilds.
senses? Something
I heed the
is
voice of
amiss.
Elune.
Threatens these lands.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Is amiss.
Our warriors have engaged.
I heed the
Anudora.
voice of Elune.
For Kalimdor.
The goddess calls. By
Dulled my
Elune.
senses.
Our warriors have engaged.
I heed the voice of Elune.
The land and I are one.
The goddess calls.
Something is amiss.
Ashrathoraman.
The land and I are one.
I heed the voice of Elune.
Ashtherodanador. What threatens
Someone
these
threatens the
lands?
wilds.
Something is amiss.
Our warriors have engaged.
The land and I are one.
The goddess calls.
In position.
Has
My way.
dulled my
I am
senses.
sworn to avenge. Speak your mind. Hi!
Has
Why?
sleep dulled my senses.
Ashrathoraman.
Your man.
Threatens these lands. The land and I are
I heed
one.
the voice of Elune.
What threatens these lands?
Someone threatens the wilds.
What is nature's
Has
call?
The goddess
dulled my
calls.
senses.
Anudora. For Kalimdor.
What threatens these lands? Has sleep
I heed the
dulled
voice
my
of
senses? What threatens these
Ashrathoraman.
lands?
Press the attack.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Is there trouble? For the truth.
The land and I
In position.
threatens these lands.
Ashrathoraman.
Make it fast.
Someone threatens the wilds.
Has sleep dulled my senses? Something is amiss.
In position.
Has sleep
Make
dulled
it
my
stop.
senses?
Ashrathoraman,
Are we being invaded?
the goddess calls.
What is nature's call?
Someone threatens the wild.
Something is
Ashrathoraman.
amiss. What threatens these lands?
I heed the voice of a man.
Has sleep dulled my senses?
Ashrathoraman.
Come forth, druids of the Talon. Let the storm crows fly once again upon the winds of war. Ishnu Allah, my brethren. Kalimdor has need of your powers once again, for the hour of doom is at hand.
We are yours to command, Shundo Stormrage.
Now we must delve into the earth, and rouse the ferocious druids of the Claw from their slumber.